Okay, I'm doing this in the kitchen because I just realized that it's getting late. I'm a little under the weather. I'm feeling under the weather. I shouldn't say I'm under the weather. Feeling a little under the weather, and I happen to be somebody who does not do very well when she's under the weather. And what I mean by that is that in the past, I like to say that so I don't create it again, I can get kind of depressed, especially when I'm on a mission like I am with this and my business. But I was just inspired listening to Glow. If you're not following Glow, you need to be following Glow. And I just listened to her 200th video where she's been posting. I don't know if it was her goal to do 200, but at the end of that, she announces that she's actually going for 1,000 now. I had heard her talking about this, and I thought, could I do that? I've been wanting to expand on my channel. Right now it just has my podcast, and I've been also repurposing shorts from TikTok videos, but even that got slowed down because it's just something that's been challenging for me to keep up with all of it. But I just finished listening to Glows, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring you into this experience with me because I'm still learning where is going to be my spot to do these. And not that I can't mix it up, but I do like this idea of having consistency and in my surrounding. And as I, continue to learn how this will be, how I'll show up, how I will share myself, how I will offer and create value, because I don't think that, I think everybody's interesting, and I'm truly fascinated by people's stories. And I think that if you're gonna share any of your time with me, I really want to make sure that I'm thoughtful about what it is that I am producing and bringing forward. And I also think, I don't know, I could be wrong, but I don't think Glow is doing a whole lot of editing, and I've been doing some editing, like just when I pause, when I look at my notes. I've done that. I don't know if I need to, but that's just where my last few videos have landed. So we'll see what happens with this one. But I do want to continue to reduce the time in the editing so I don't let that become something that keeps me from actually delivering and completing it. So right now I'm making a bit of an elixir that I use that when I'm not feeling great, and it's essentially a whole lot of ginger, the juice of 2 lemons, and I'm going to pour some really steeping hot water into it and let it steep for a little while. Oh, I see you can't see that. Let me see if I can help you see that. And I'm going to close my window because my neighbor is chatty. All right, so my home is freshly cleaned, and I'm so grateful for that, especially when I'm not feeling my best. So I'm just filling this up with hot water. This is actually something that somebody made for me. I think they even put cranberries in it one time. I'm just gonna do the ginger and the lemon because I also got me some Manuka honey, and that's definitely gonna need to be in here. It's a medicinal honey that is really perfect when you're not feeling great. So I'm gonna let that steep for a minute, and I don't know if you can see that. It's just like a French press that you would use for coffee. So the weather turned here in Los Angeles. It was getting really hot. I even pulled my little fan out and put it in my bathroom like I like to keep me cool. And all of a sudden it started getting cold, and now it's going to rain. And I think that I know it's raining in Maui, so I think we're maybe receiving that. I don't know. I'm definitely not a meteorologist, but it makes sense. So there's overcast skies going on here. It's a little windy. I'm about a mile from the ocean, which I'm very grateful for, and that I can see the cloudy skies, and it's a little bit chillier by the beach. So what's present for me? What I wanted to share a little bit about maybe is not be so scripted today, and I don't have a whole bunch of notes, but what I wanted to share was a little bit about what happens for me when I don't feel great. And when I start feeling like I might be coming down with something, and how that impacts me. And I am somebody who has experienced, I would say, a version or versions of depression a lot of my life. I don't experience that a lot now. I did a lot when I was younger, and I think that had a lot to do with the fact that I didn't have skills and I didn't have the maturity of life experience that I do now that has me seeing things in a different way. If you've watched any of my other videos, when I share with you about my spiritual orientation, is that I'm not a human with a soul. I'm a soul using and learning from my human experience. And that has helped me tremendously. It took time, but it's helped me tremendously to not be so overly indexed in my humanity that I forget that I'm actually part of something bigger. And I'm just having as much vitamin C as my body can take in. That being said, when things kind of take me out, that's usually when my depressive episode can come around. So this is actually an opportunity for me to create a new neural pathway around that. But what I find is that in the past, I'm not feeling it actually right now, because I honestly, one of my teachers shared with me this homeopathic remedy called UMCKA, UMCKA. Maybe I'll put a link to it below. Like in 2012, and ever since then, I've always had it on hand. It's probably going to be backwards, but looks like that. And whenever I'm feeling a little bit of something, actually I can take some now. Whenever I'm feeling a little bit of something, or I'm around somebody, or I've been around like a sick child, or when I'm gonna get on an airplane, I always will have some of the UMCKA. And that with some other remedies, I do not get colds. I do not get sick very often. I don't have kids. And I did get COVID twice. The first time I got it was also where I went to my very first outing, which was a wedding. And even though it was outdoors, I'm pretty sure I got it from my roommate. That being said, I got it one other time, and I don't know where I got that. So I don't really get sick, which I'm grateful for. I'm a fairly healthy person. I'm not perfect, but I think the reason why I'm now feeling this is because I'm not sleeping enough right now, and that is absolutely impacting my ability to repair. Our sleep is so fundamental, and I know all this, and yet it's been a challenge for me. I should say it's a challenge because I'm not listening to what I need to do, and I'm pushing through with things I'm working on for my business and things that I'm really interested in, and it's this interesting dance that's been going on for a while. But I also have had some extra sugar. I made cookies. They're not for me, but I made them. And I did have a little bit of the dough. I think I even tried one last night. But what inspired that is that I purchased a cookie with for somebody when I went over to I purchased some cookies when I went over to their house for Super Bowl because I wanted to see the halftime show. That inspired the cookie baking because I have all these materials I've been wanting to use. Anyways, what I'm trying to share is that I'm not feeling my best, so I'm not sitting in the same place. I'm steeping my elixir here, which is a lot of ginger and lemon juice, and I'm going to put some manuka honey in it, and I'm just going to let that be a medicinal, love on my systems. I'm going to probably get some more sleep. And yeah, this is a little bit of the inside, behind the scenes with me. So if you're seeing this, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you're somebody that when you get under the weather, you don't feel good mentally. Like some people can just like power through. Some people like don't even like let a cold take them out. Some people like just, I mean, when I have to like do something and function where I'm expected somewhere, I'll be honest, Advil cold and sinus has been my wonder drug, but it happens so few and far between that I rarely use it. And I don't really like taking that stuff unless I really need it. And when I'm at this stage where it feels like it's starting to approach, I'm just like double, tripling, quadrupling on all the remedies like every 4 hours, because sometimes I've been very successful in bypassing it altogether. So that's where I'm at right now. But earlier I was running around and out and about, and I was just sneezing and I was just feeling it. I recorded a couple of videos for TikTok and I could see it in my face. So I'm tending to myself, and my intention around my mental health is just to trust that if this does become something more than I really would like it to be, it's just an opportunity. I tell people this all the time. When you're not feeling well, when you're feeling sick, or you come down with like some kind of an infection or any kind of flu or whatever, it's, to me, it's the body's way of imposing rest on you because it needs time to repair. So that might be the case for me. Maybe this becomes the threshold that has me no longer depriving myself of any of the sleep that I need. And if you are somebody that struggles with something and you're like, I just don't know why I haven't been able to like shift that, you have a friend in me, because it's been an interesting journey, and I'm somebody who has a lot of practices. I'm pretty self-aware, pretty straight with myself, and I have not been able to yet. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is my blessing. So what I was trying to get at though is if when you're down and it impacts your mental state, just try to observe it. Just try to notice it. Try to be a neutral observer, like you're collecting data, like a social spiritual scientist, and don't draw any conclusions. No conclusions when you're not feeling well. Postpone all of those conclusions. All right. My name is Jennifer Herrera. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much.